What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video on high altitude investing. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a generalized market update on Bitcoin as well as Dogecoin and XRP. You guys, these markets have very, very similar structural similarities to other markets because markets are fractal in nature, so you can look at their cycles, whether it's in stocks, whether it's in Forex, and the same patterns are going to be showing up in those markets as they do with crypto. So I want to show you guys some magic tricks about positioning yourself in these markets so you don't end up like the majority of people that sell bottoms and buy tops. This video is going to be really, really useful. Whether you're a beginner trader, advanced, this video is extremely useful for understanding the psychology inside of these markets and the way that humans think over and over again. So make sure you stay clear to the very end of this one. Also comment down below if you have suggestions for coins you want me to cover in these videos. And of course, hit that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber to my channel and you want to see more content just like this. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So you guys, Bitcoin is on the top here. You can see on my trading view, it shows Bitcoin / US dollar 2-day candlesticks. And on the bottom, we have the NASDAQ Composite Index, also known as the IXIC, is the ticker for it. The reason I'm showing you this is because what I talked about at the beginning of this video is that markets are fractal. So human psychology is fractal in nature. The market cycles, the patterns, whether it's bull flags, whether it's falling wedges, whether it's Elliott waves, those are all patterns, just like this circle is a pattern, and it repeats itself on all time frames, meaning that the little circle is the same as the big circle. It's just dependent on time frame. So you can see if markets are fractal, if all the same patterns are repeating, this is the crypto market on the top, and this is the stock market on the bottom. There is a difference in time frame. You can see this is 2017 till 2022, where this is all the way back down to 1991 in the stock market. But you can imagine the stock market being a lot larger in market cap. It's kind of like one of these big circles. Well, crypto is kind of like one of these smaller circles. It's more like a speedboat versus a yacht. Speedboat is very easy to move. It's small, it's light, it's quick. That's exactly like what crypto is in comparison to stocks, which is this huge yacht, a lot of market cap. It takes a lot of energy to move it across the water. So that's a really simple way of kind of looking at it. But the fractal or the pattern or the human psychology is the same. Even if one is a big giant yacht and one is a little speedboat, right? A little speedboat uses the same physics to stay afloat on water as a yacht. The only difference is the dimensions of the speedboat are so much smaller that it's fast. It can move really fast. Bitcoin is like that. Crypto is like that. It's like a speedboat. It's very volatile. It moves very quickly. And it's very profitable. But the same physics, the same patterns that sustain that speedboat that we call crypto is the same physics and the same human psychology and the same patterns that move the yacht or the big boats that we would consider the stock market, large market cap, like Apple computers. So these patterns are universally applicable to both crypto and the stock market. So let's look and see what's going on here. You can see that this is the internet bubble. This is from early 1990 all the way up till 2000, then down to 2003. Then we started to rally up. This is called the suckers rally. And then we got a double bottom right here in 2008. And boom, we went into a huge bull market on stocks. Look what Bitcoin did in 2017. Bitcoin bubble, or at least that's what people would have called it on the media and the news. Goes up to 20,000 per coin, comes all the way back down and crashes, sees a suckers rally. It's called a suckers rally not because it's actually a suckers rally, but because the majority of the market thinks that only suckers are buying it. They think that only stupid idiots are buying that. They're suckers, right? But actually, the suckers rally is a great place for accumulation because it's still undervalued in that area. So this is the suckers rally on Bitcoin, and then we get a double bottom, just like 2008 on the NASDAQ. Only that would have been in 2020 during the coronavirus panic. Then boom, we go into a bull market, right? Just like the NASDAQ. So the psychology is identical in this chart on the bottom and on the chart in the top. Now look what happened here. As we got above the all-time high of the last bubble with the internet stocks down here, the NASDAQ, we started to go parabolic here, and then we saw a correction. That correction came pretty close to the last all-time high, you see right here. The bottom of that correction down here came pretty close to this level. Obviously, it didn't test it, it stopped above it, but it came pretty close. Look at what's going on in Bitcoin today. We see a repeat of the same type of thing. We have our all-time high on Bitcoin, which is the Bitcoin bubble. And then, what do we get? Expansion in price. The market comes back down. Look, this circle right here coincides with this circle. Comes almost tests the top, but it doesn't. Stays up above. Then what happens on the NASDAQ? The market rallies up above again. It actually does this kind of zigzag shape up like this, like it did on Bitcoin. Boom, 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 boom. And then it dropped again. And it dropped all the way back down to that circle. Right here. On the NASDAQ, on the US stock market. So that area that it started to panic sell, then it expanded up above it, and then it came all the way back down to that area again, that little circle right here on this chart. Bitcoin did the same thing. It expanded up above, came all the way back down to that little circle right there. So yes, these markets are predictable. The human psychology is consistent. It does not change. Otherwise, trading desks, Wall Street wouldn't be having billions and billions of dollars inside of professional trading desks. They obviously have working strategies. But the truth is that 80 to 90% of the market loses money. 80 to 90%. Because they do not have the willpower or the patience to hold through corrections or to buy dips. And that is really why 80 to 90% of the market loses money. Because those who have the willpower to maintain their convictions and hold end up in profit, because statistically, the trend is your friend. So you always want to be buying dips. So you guys, this is very, very exciting here with Bitcoin to see these similarities to the NASDAQ. You can see that the NASDAQ saw a huge climb up out of that area, very large climb. And I expect Bitcoin to do the same thing. The NASDAQ obviously broke above its resistance level, which was right here. Bitcoin's resistance level is at 69,000 basically per coin. So we're at 38,000 right now. As the human psychology repeats, we should see this market climbing up to 69,000, 70,000, and breaking resistance in the same way that the NASDAQ did right here. So that's exciting, you guys. You won't see everywhere on the internet that people are bullish. There's a lot of good traders that are bullish, though. A lot of really good investors and traders that are bullish. But even some people that I look up to are bearish. Peter Brandt, for example, showed a bear flag. Did it change my perspective on the markets? No. Peter Brandt was bearish at 3,000 too. Same with one of my most respectable traders of all time that I looked up to. He was bearish at 3K per Bitcoin as well. He's bullish now, because I personally think he's honestly better than even Peter Brandt. I'm not going to tell you who it is, because I can't give away all my secrets. But I will tell you that with learning technical analysis, you have to maintain your convictions. You can't lean on others. There are going to be some really good investors and traders that are aware of the bullish potential in these markets, the opportunity in these markets. But then you will see a lot of noobs that are also bearish right now. So you just have to learn how to properly predict. You have to learn the tools that trading desks are using. Because if you don't do that and you base your analysis just on only what you're seeing on social media, then you might make the wrong choice. And social media is very, very useful, you guys, for learning this stuff. I used Twitter, I used Google, I used YouTube, I used every single resource I could possibly get my hands on for learning this stuff. But if you don't ever start to apply it yourself, if you have training wheels on your bicycle for the rest of your life, and you go to hang out with your friends and you're like 17 years old and you still need training wheels, you should ask yourself if maybe you need to learn some of this stuff on your own so that you don't get thrown around by the waves of the market. Because even though all those things are useful, the social YouTube videos, Twitter accounts, all those things are useful, if you yourself do not have an effective strategy that you can lean on, you will always have to lean on somebody else and be tossed around at the seas of confusion. So you guys, definitely learn this stuff for yourself. Do your own research. Learn the actual tools and techniques that trading desks use, and don't lean on other people's analysis. Because the second you start making mistakes, you're going to just start flip-flopping around to new people, and you're only going to start listening to the people that are pleasing to your ears instead of what you need to hear, as a result of your inability to learn it yourself. You can't ever learn to trust yourself. Who will you ever learn to lean on? To thine own self be true. So don't go listen to everything that's pleasing to your ears. Listen to what you need to learn. So Bitcoin, you guys, 38,000 per coin, very bullish, very excited about it. Let's go ahead and look at Dogecoin and learn a little bit about these market cycles. Again, they are fractal, right? They repeat. They're consistent, they're uniform, they're repeating as humans do not change, as the same human emotion is in these markets. So you guys, do you see here on the bottom I have Bitcoin in 2015, and now on the top here I have Dogecoin. I'm not going to get into the targets in this video because that's VIP content. If you guys are interested in the VIP or the mastermind, please stay till the very end to get some information on that so you can be one of those people that actually knows how to do this stuff on your own instead of having to lean on somebody else. So we get an ABC correction from the peak of this market. The euphoria was at 73 cents. We get an ABC correction. And look what happened on Bitcoin. Euphoria, ABC correction. Look at the psychology that's occurring in these markets, the uniform psychology. I like to use the term sometimes that imagine if you have a cage with rats in it. And inside of that cage, you have a nicotine drip system. So this rat, every single time he goes over to get some water, he gets a little nicotine. Those rats are just going to continually do that. That is psychology and law. It's uniform. You can take rats and you can put them in that cage, and every single time they will become addicted to the nicotine. That is a principle. It's a uniform law. And so when people say, oh, you can't predict markets, or oh, human psychology, why would you say that human emotion moves markets? Because it's like those rats. We impulsively overbuy the tops and impulsively oversell the bottoms, just like a rat would go to the nicotine over and over again. So you have to learn how to overcome that animalistic, impulsive side of yourself to properly overcome the markets. And it takes willpower, it takes some guts, but it also is repeating. And so once you learn it, it becomes clear as day, as clear as the sun rising in the morning, what's going on in the markets. So you see here with Bitcoin, we had 5 waves up in an ABC. Then it went from being worth $180 up to $20,000 as a result of that market cycle. Dogecoin is worth 13 cents right now. So you can see how exciting it would be for me as an investor, as a trader, as somebody that has seen this human emotion over and over again. Been doing this since 2015. Started taking it seriously in 2017. Made a lot of mistakes along the way, but I've also made a lot of money. Had a lot of fun. It's worth every single second of it. I wouldn't have traded it for anything. Such a good experience to be in these markets. You guys, that human psychology, once you learn it, is repeatable, and it makes you very excited, even though the crowds might not be right now, even though 80 to 90% of the market might have a different kind of view. And even though at the top of the market, my videos were getting 5,000 views without even trying, and now it's like I get 800 to 1,000, which for me, I really don't care, because if I correctly educate 100 people, I feel like I'm doing better of a job than if I'm incorrectly educating 5 million or 6 million, right? So for me, it's like whatever, but it is clear as like the sun rising in the morning. It reminds me exactly of 2018 on Bitcoin when it was worth 3,000 and my video views went down, very common of the psychology, the sentiment in the market. And as a content creator, it's even easier to see because I have a direct plug into that, a direct line into what's going on. So you guys, Dogecoin being worth 13 cents is heavily undervalued. Both Bitcoin and Dogecoin fell in between the 786 and 88% fib levels. You guys, some of you are more beginners in these videos, so if you don't understand what Elliott waves are or Fibonacci, that is for the VIP stuff that you get to learn in more detail about that. You can always go on Google and stuff and learn a little bit on your own, and I do have some free videos about that also on my channel, so go back and watch those. But if you really want to get in depth on it and learn it and be able to ask me directly, that the VIP is the best place. But you can see here the 786.88 is the perfect buy zone. Perfect buy zone in these market cycles. And again, Bitcoin went from 180 to 20,000. So that's very exciting, you guys. For me, Dogecoin is very undervalued. I'm not about to give up on these markets because it's beautiful to see these corrections, to see these cycles, to understand what's going on. Giving up would be like, imagine that if you've been crawling through a cave and you've been going for like 20 miles, it's been like 2 days and you're like running out of water and your flashlights are running out of batteries. And everybody else is giving up. They're like stopping in the cave. They're starting to set up little camps in the cave, little tents. But you keep going, you keep going, you keep going, you keep going, and you start to see the light. You start to see a little light at the end of that tunnel. Why would you give up once you start to see the light at the end of the tunnel? Everybody else, they're all back there preparing themselves for their own failures as a result of giving up. But you continue on in that tunnel. You begin to see the light, you press forward. Giving up would be insanity. And that's what it is for me when I see these markets. It's not like I'm not giving up just because of pure ignorance or like I'm hard-headed or stubborn. No, it's because like I don't want to die inside of this cave and I see the light at the end of it. And I don't want everybody else inside the cave to die either, so I'm going to keep going all the way to the end of the light. Find the exit, grab some food and some batteries, and go back in to help everybody else get out. And so that's how I feel about the crypto markets, you guys, right now. XRP is looking amazing. For you who do not know what a triangle, an Elliott wave triangle pattern is, this is one of the patterns that I traded on Ape recently. Very clear A, B, C, D, E. The E wave is the point of maximum financial opportunity. And so, yeah, this is one that I played recently and made a nice percentage gain in the VIP. I believe it was about 46% gain, somewhere around there. Profit off of this triangle pattern. Look at XRP. A, B, C, D, E. We're on wave E, just like Ape at $10 before it went to 28. XRP is also very undervalued. Very excited about this coin, very excited about Dogecoin, about Bitcoin, about the crypto markets, you guys. I do see light at the end of the tunnel. If you want to take advantage of that light, there's a lot of 45 times, 35 times, and even some 100 times setups inside of the market. And I have a portfolio set up in such a way to diversify that risk. I'm turning $10,000 into $100,000 in about 3 months, but if I don't make it in the 3 months, part of the way that the program works is we just extend your membership until that level is reached. So that's really cool. I like to do it that way because I want to see you reach your goal. You know, the whole point of this is help you guys make your first 100K or your first million investing. I've been able to make $100,000 in a single day in these markets before. You know, and I was sleeping in a shack. I had $1,000 to my name in late 2016. Completely broken and destroyed inside. And felt kind of worthless. You know, so from going to that to being able to make $100,000 in a day is the type of transformation I would love to help you guys go through. And that is what my mastermind is all about, to help you make your first 100K or your first million investing. The first 100,000 is not as hard as you think it is, and the first million after that is even easier. But you have to know the tools. You have to be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And that's what I would love to show you how to do. So if that's something you're interested in, if you want to make that type of transformation today, start learning with me. I'd love to help you do that. We can get set up with our first official call this Saturday and get ready for some really, really exciting moves in these markets, help you make 10 times your money inside of these markets. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video. I love and appreciate every single one of you guys that watch these videos, every single one of you guys in the VIP areas as well, in my Discord and the Mastermind coaching channel. I love you guys. Seriously, super, super excited this weekend to do another mastermind session. My mastermind members know that my last session on Saturday was amazing as we were running into these markets and talking about some of the setups we're seeing and helping you guys learn the cycles. So click the link in the description below to apply to the mastermind. There's a form in there. You can throw your phone number. I'll hop on the phone with you, or if I'm busy doing something, my cousin Monson will hop on the phone with you. And we'll help you get set up inside of that mastermind program, and then we can tune in live with me together this weekend. So whether I get on the phone with you or Monson does to get you inside of the program, doesn't matter, because you get to tune in with me directly live this Saturday. And it's live too, so you get to ask all your questions. You know, at the end you can ask about coins you're holding. It's really, really fun. I just have fun doing it. Like, I have so much fun teaching those sessions. I'd love to have you be part of it and have you be part of the fun, making money inside of these markets. So apply below if that's something you're interested in. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today's session. I will see you in those future video updates. And as always, stay profitable out there.